안녕하세요. Lyla's Bestiary of the Galaxy의 작가 김민재입니다. Lyla's Bestiary of the Galaxy, Miramare, year 3020. Frontier of ecological wonder and corporate ambition. 92% ocean with one massive continent and scattered islands, its water teem with life over 2.5 million cataloged species, with many more hidden in the depths. Beneath the waves, hydrothermal vents release energy-rich gases, attracting corporate giants, Celius core industries, deep-sea extraction, and Pantheon artenum bio-research colonies. Number 1. Nauticura purgans. Copod. Copods are tiny crustaceans found throughout the world's oceans and freshwater habitats, many of which are carnivorous or omnivorous, feeding on harmful microorganisms, plankton, and dead organic matter. By consuming these materials, they help maintain water quality, recycle nutrients, and support the balance of marine ecosystems. As a key food source for fish, whales, and seabirds, copods play a critical role in the ocean's food web and often considered the cleaners of the ocean due to their essential role in keeping the ecosystem healthy. Number 2. Velocipina ferox, stormjaw sailbreaker. The stormjaw sailbreaker is a colossal sailfish-like creature built for speed and destruction. Unlike earth sailfish, which wield a needle-like bill, the sailbreaker replaces it with a massive crushing jaw, lined with sonical interlocking teeth capable of shattering armored prey. Number 3. Cataphractus incodermata, iron maw star carapace. The iron maw star carapace is a formidable starfish-like marine predator built like a living fortress. Its body combines the radial symmetrical of encoderms with a shell of metallic armor plating, making it nearly impervious to attacks. Number 4. Testudorcinus militum, Aegis land crab. The Aegis land crab is a heavily armored crustacean whose body plan resembles the armament of a medieval knight. Its asymmetrical jaw define both its hunting style and survival strategy. Number 5. Telomorpha synergenca, coral bloom. The coral bloom is a colonial marine organism that floats on the surface of the ocean, often forming clumps that moves together like a coordinated hive mind. Through it resembles a plant. It is actually made of specialized individual animals called zooids that work together as one. Its long, venomous tentacles drift in the ocean to capture unsuspecting fish and other small prey, providing food for the colony. These striking surface dwellers play a role in ocean ecosystem as both predators of small marine creatures and as prey for larger species. Miramare, year 3051. Total collapse of marine ecosystem. Decades of unchecked corporate mining and drilling have pushed Miramare to ruin. Ocean volumes have drained, CO2 levels spiked, and surface temperatures now average 70 degrees, making much of the planet unlivable. Once home to over 3.4 million marine species, over 94% are extinct, leaving only the hardest survivors despite the devastation. Celius core industry and Pantheon artenum continue their exploitation, showing no intent to restore what remains. Sirens, year 2999. Jewel of life. A planet of pure plant life, no animals, no microbes, only flora. Over 2 million species thrive here, from glowing canopy towers to vast fungal root webs, covering every inch of the surface. Hailed as a botanical marvel, Sirens defies known evolutionary models, but its rare bio-compounds have drawn Cornex prime group and Seraphim leviathan, whose research and harvesting threaten to unravel the planet's fragile balance. Number 6. Alboplemma coloslasis, fir spore titanwood. The fir spore titanwood is a colossal tree that towers up to 200 meters tall, dominating the skyline of its habitat. Its form is a striking hybrid between an oak-like trunk and palm-like crown, creating an unusual silhouette that marks it as one of the most distinctive megaflora on its world. Sirens, year 3015. Ecological decline on Sirens. Stellar experiments on its planet star meant to boost cultivation instead flooded Sirens with radiation. Rising heat melted ice reserves, raised seas, and destabilized the planet's fragile, flora-only biosphere. Photosynthetic collapse triggered runaway CO2 levels, wiping out nearly all of its 2 million plant species. Only a handful of resilient high-altitude strains endure isolated, endangered and now among the rarest genetic resources in the galaxy. Lyla Erde, year 2406. Core of extraterrestrial colonization. Discovered in 2406 and colonized by 2426, Lyla Erde was among humanity's first step beyond Seoul. Nearly identical to Earth's in climate and atmosphere, it supports a thriving biosphere reminiscent of pre-Anthropocene Earth. Its stable land-sea balance and abundant resource made it an ideal early colony, now celebrated as a rare model of sustainable settlement in humanity's expansion. Number 8. Porcumbra mysotenta, mud-frill root snout. The mud-frill root snout is a small, rotund, pig-like omnivore that inhabits the swampy wetlands of a 5-point G world. Its snout, body, and short legs keep its center of gravity low, allowing it to wade through sunken mud without toppling over. Number 9. Dracohydrus eloculetus, spined serpent dragon. The spined serpent dragon is a long, eel-like aquatic predator with a serpentine body, armored by rows of jutting spines along its back and flanks. Its dragon-like head bears rigid brows, flaring gill frills, and a powerful jaw lined with recurved teeth designed to seize slippery prey. Number 10. Theropoda planoris, grabby strider turtle. The grabby strider turtle is a large, flattened turtle-like species native to dense, Earth-like forests on a planet with 1.5 times Earth's gravity. Its low, steam-lined shell allows it to move efficiently despite the increased gravitational force, and the concentric ridges along its back provide both camouflage and protection, blending into the forest, floor, and leaf litter. Unlike Earth's soft-shell turtles, the grabby strider turtle has elongated limbs with sharp claws-like tips, aiding in climbing over roots and digging into soil for food or shelter. Its neck and tail are unusually flexible, allowing it to reach prey or defend itself without having to fully turn its heavy body. The creature's skin is tough but slightly leathery, helping it retain moisture in the planet's humid, slightly denser atmosphere. Number 11. Cleomanta perpetua, skyray. The skyray is a massive aerial glider that dominates the upper atmosphere of its desert parts of the planet. Unlike birds, it has no true wings for powered flight. Instead, its enormous membranous fins act like sails, catching every breath of wind and thermal updrafts once it launches from high cliffs or mountain ridges. It never lands again for the rest of its life. Lyla Erde, year 3024. Corporate conflict and collapse on Lyla Erde. Once a beacon of sustainable colonization, Lyla Erde's strategic position drew Xalius core industries and Vanta Protocol into open conflict. Corporate rivalry escalated into orbital strikes, ecological sabotage, and full-scale war. Within decades, the biosphere collapsed, air turned toxic, soil poisoned, and all native life erased. Survivors were evacuated into a vast orbital ring, its artificial biomes mimicking the world they lost. Today, Lyla Erde exists only as a hollowed wasteland, its memory preserved in orbit. Calder 7, year 3000, the desert outpost. A scorched desert world with surface temperatures over 6,000 Celsius and water confined to the poles. Life persists through extreme adaptations. Polar dwellers, migratory species, and desert organisms tapping subsurface moisture or conserving energy with reflective psychology. The planet itself holds little value, but its moon is rich in rare minerals and isotopes. Corporate extraction there has turned Calder 7 into a vital logistical hub, its inhospitable surface sustained only by necessity and resilience. Number 12. Noctivivus arenarius, moon gecko. The moon gecko is a small, secretive reptile found in the shifting sands and dry, rocky basins of the desert. By day, it burrows deep into the cool sand or finds refuge in abandoned insect tunnels, entering a near hibernative state to avoid the sun's punishing heat. As night falls, it emerges with the cooling winds, becoming a swift and efficient predator of nocturnal insects and other small invertebrates. Number 13. Bubalones solivagus, sun-hide buffalo. The sun-hide buffalo is one of the largest herbivores of the desert, a slow-moving but resilient creature that has mastered survival in one of the harshest climates on the planet. Weighing nearly as much as its extinct grassland ancestors, the sunland had exchanged the swamp and savanna for endless dune and cracked salt flats. Its distinctive features is its dense layered fur, which insulates against the desert sun during the day, while cleverly channeling breeze into the lower layers, allowing trapped heat to escape. Number 14, Panthera aridoris, sand-stalker panther. The sand-stalker panther is the apex predator of desert ecosystems, adapted to survive in a world of extreme heat, scarce prey, and long periods of hunger. Resembling a massive panther at first glance, is immediately distinguished by a row of muscular, fat-laden humps along its back. These reservoirs store nutrients and water, much like a camel's hump, enabling the creature to endure weeks without food or fresh hydration. Number 15, Linoterum ocatilis, vineback behemoth. The vineback behemoth is a large, hippo-like, semi-aquatic creature found in the poles. It primarily feeds on aquatic plants, grazing for long periods while practically submerged. Along its back grows a symbiotic vine plant rooted in specialized ridges, forming a vital survival adaptation. During times when vegetation is scarce, the behemoth can draw stored energy from this plant, allowing it to endure harsh conditions. In return, the plant benefits from constant nutrients, protection, and access to sunlight, making the vineback behemoth uniquely suited to the unstable planet. Number 16, Carapintucula desertus, dune reaper. The dune reaper is a colossal desert ambush predator that spends nearly all of its life buried beneath the dunes. Only the faint ridges of its armored crown hint at its presence, camouflaged so perfectly against the desert floor that it is nearly impossible to detect. When prey passes overhead, the dune reaper erupts from the sand in an explosion of dust, unleashing a flurry of long muscular tentacles that siege, drag, and constrict its victims into gaping fleshy maw. Calders 7, year 3015. Total annihilation of Calders. Decades of reckless deep core mining on this moon, Calder 7 destabilizes orbit and structure. Ignoring mountaining warnings, corporations press extraction until a final operation shattered the moon, sending it crashing into the planet. The impact erased Calder 7's fragile desert biosphere in minutes. An extinction event of apocalyptic scale. Now nothing remains but a fractured husk scarred by the collision and reddened in the orbital debris. A monument to corporate hubris and the fragility of worlds. Iggy and Dig Prime, Preserve World. Discovered in the early 31st century by xenobiologist Dr. K. Dig, who died from a pathogen contracted during his first surveys. The planet was renamed in its honor. Dig Prime is a living evolutionary crucible undergoing a Cambrian-like explosion of alien life, seas, skies, and land, crowded with monstrous invertebrate megafauna unlike anything in known space. Unlike most worlds, it remains untouched by corporate development. The United Earth government enforces strict protections, allowing only scientific missions, yet with resource demand rising and corporate lobbying intensifying, Dig Prime's future hangs in a fragile balance, a masterpiece preserved, or the next world consumed. Number 17, Pelagohora abyssalis, Abyssal Tangle. The Abyssal Tangle is a colossal deep ocean planet that can reach staggering heights of up to 150 meters, rivaling even the tallest kelp forest of its shallow seas. Unlike typical algae, its structure is reinforced with fibrous tissues that allow it to survive the crushing pressure of the abyss. Its towering fronds sway gently in deep currents, creating vast underwater forests that serve as havens for countless marine creatures. Number 18, Chalcosipongia vorax, Abyssal Moss Sponge. The abyssal moss sponge is a massive carnivorous sponge adapted to deep-sea hydrothermal vent ecosystem. Its body rises like a living stone chimney built from interlocking mineralized plates that resemble scales or cracked basalt. At its summit lies a fleshy, silt-like opening that periodically widens to draw in surrounding water. The contracts in slow pulse, filtering it for microorganisms, plankton, and organic detritus. Number 19, Jonella inflata, smuff bun. The smuff bun is a large, soft-bodied sea slug resembling an oversized version of the well-known sea bunny. Reaching up to 30 centimeters in height, its rounded body is covered in fur-like squishy spikes. On its back, there are larger spikes, protrusions that appear sharp but are in fact soft and squishy to the touch. These spikes, often tipped with tiny algae-like filaments, act as both camouflage and a gentle deterrent, mimicking poisonous sea plants. Despite its imitating appearance, the smuff bun is harmless and docile. Its velvety body texture, combined with hopping, wiggling locomotion, gives it an endearing bunny-like resemblance. Number 20. Dermovera sanguinis, flesh borer. The flesh borer, Dermovera sanguinis, is a parasitic invertebrate notorious for burrowing beneath the skin of its host. Measuring only a few centimeters in length, its worm-like body is lined with rows of microscopic hooks that anchor into flesh while it feeds. Its head bears a proboscis-like mouthpart capable of piercing cellulose and sipping both nutrients and blood directly from surrounding tissue. Number 21, Siligensia prismata, glassback. The glassback, Siligensia prismata, is a silicon-based lifeform that bears a striking resemblance to the long-extinct Hallucigenia. Growing up to 2 meters in length, its worm-like body is supported by a crystalline exoskeleton that reflects dim light into iridescent patterns. Rows of long, glassy spines jut upwards from its back, serving both as armor and energy harvesting structures. Rows of long, glassy spines jut upwards from its back, serving both as armor and as energy harvesting structures, channeling trace heat and chemical gradients from its environment into usable metabolic energy. From breathtaking beauty to near total destruction, worlds in my book have endured unimaginable transformations to their ecosystems. And now our planet, our home, our Earth faces the same fate. Each day, species vanish and irreplaceable habitats slip away. Yet there is still hope. We have the power to stand as guardians of this world to protect the only place in the universe that gives us life, for though the cosmos holds countless planets, there is only one Earth, one sanctuary, one home. 지금까지 김민재의 그림책이었습니다. 들어줘서 감사합니다.